Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. Everyone's going about their day nice and lovely style. We, on the chopping block today, I'm gonna be real with you, don't really know what we got planned. We still have a lot of stuff to go for. And truth be told, not really sure how we're gonna go about some of these things. So, I think we should... Have I not done Delirium as Maggie? No, I guess I haven't. Maybe Maggie. Who knows? Nah. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna unlock one of my favorite characters. We are going to unlock the Forgotten. So let's go do that this episode. Let's see what happens. Hope everyone's doing all right. Enjoying their day. XL floor might be an instant rip for this potentially happening. I'm gonna be real with you. XL floor might have just cooked me because, in case you don't know how to unlock the Forgotten, you need to beat the first floor boss in under 1 minute, I believe. Could definitely happen if you're playing Azazel on... Yeah, it's not happening. This is most likely not happening. Could happen if you play Azazel on like quite literally any other floor, but XL floor might have cooked me, might have made this impossible, one might say. Let's try. Okay. Cat of Nine Tails. We might actually be able to do this. We might actually be able to do this. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. I got 7 seconds. Okay, perfect. What am I supposed to do? Go back to spawn. Put a bomb there. Perfection. All right. So now, if you guys are not familiar with how this works, essentially, I think it's like every 10 seconds or something like that, there is going to be a foot coming down from the sky to try and absolutely kill me. No, I think it's once you're like reach like 5 seconds in a room, just feet will start coming down to kill you regardless. Not, you know, they're not going to stop. The way to make them stop is to hit the active item for the room. I don't know why I'm putting the bomb there. It's not gonna spawn it. You have to use the active item and it'll stop the feet momentarily from stopping you down and grinding you into a small little pulp anyways. So while we essentially just kind of play what is not necessarily hard, but this can definitely be very annoying, you know? I think you might be able to kind of tell why it's very annoying. The enemies... You gotta fight rooms full of enemies plus dodge feet the entire time, you know? Might not necessarily make it easy. But life ain't always easy, you know? Life ain't all cookies and cream. And if I remember correctly, I think we also have to do boss rush, which is gonna be really annoying, but it's Azazel, so hopefully things will go pretty well. But anyways, completely just talking about the game aside, I kind of somewhat had a plan. I realized, like, I think 2 episodes ago, I made the comment of we're gonna be talking about, like, next episode we're gonna talk about why when a game gets new popularity, it could be a bad thing potentially. Now, I realized that might be maybe a kind of controversial statement, or maybe there are some people out there that might agree with me off rip. Don't even need to hear my points. They just agree with the sentiment of, I hate it when new people get into something I like, or, you know, it's a lot of people getting into something I like. That was, I think, probably some of the worst damage I've received in Isaac in a while. Whether it be because these new people bring in some kind of opinions or whatever that you just don't necessarily agree with or something like that. I don't know. I'm not the guy to judge that. That's up to you. I will give my reasons why I think it can be a bad thing. And, you know, maybe you guys will agree with it. Maybe you guys won't. Maybe you think I'm just, Tony, you're being too harsh on these people or something like that. I don't know, you know. I'm just here to speak my piece. So anyways, to elaborate a little further, I guess, you know, to get a little insider baseball, I don't think necessarily more people getting into something that you like is bad, like just straight up bad by default. I think 9 times out of 10 it's a very good thing, because you get fresh pair of eyes on the product or something, you know, on the thing. I enjoy when new people play the Monster Hunter series. That's what it was in relation to in the first place. I like it when new people play the Monster Hunter series because I think it's a good game series. I would want more people to play it, you know? More people playing Monster Hunter means, oh my good godness, he has to blow his shit off smooth. Okay. My apologies. I'm trying to lock in right now. Dude, stop. There you go, dead. Anything? No, nothing. Dude, I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. Did I even go? No, I did. I did go to my, not my secret room. I did go to my item room. It was really bad. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. This episode is entirely dedicated to unlocking those guys. So, the Forgotten. It technically is those guys. The Forgotten is 2 characters. This entire episode is dedicated to that, so if this episode needs to be more than the allotted time, you know, if I die and I lose the run, then the next I'm not going to the next episode. We redoing it, bro. We're going back to back, one might say. Nice. You see, the feet are good for something. They can definitely help. This kind of sucks because I'm gonna be real with you, 9 times out of 10 they kind of don't. And they'll either A, hit me, or B, oh, there was a good drop in that room. No, there wasn't. Hello? Where'd the Spirit Heart go? Hello, Relic? Where's my Spirit Hearts, man? A little curious. There it is. Okay. There we go. We grab that and we leave. But you know, I don't think necessarily off rip, just straight up. Number 2, honestly, might be the worst item I could have ever picked up. I saw it and I willingly was like, yeah, let's pick it up, man. This might come back to bite me in the ass, truth be told. So, I think our best bet is to grab jumper cables. I want to grab that, so we're gonna blow you up. Hopefully you drop us a penny. Brainworm is really good. We just don't have the range. Make Brainworm go goated. Brainworm go brr. I'm sorry, we have to blow you up. I'm so sorry. We need Dreamcatcher. And then we'll take a double card. But okay, my apologies. I feel like I've gotten slightly off track once again. Having new people on a game isn't a bad thing, in my opinion. I think 9 times out of 10, it's a very good thing. For someone like me, I would want more people in the community more people in the overall gaming community to play good games, you feel me? If a game is good, I think it deserves to get that recognition. One of my favorite games of all time, it is a game, any friend asks me, Tony, you got any recommendations for a game or something? I will give it to you all the fucking time. If you don't know what it is, you're low-key missing out, but it's a game, one of my favorite games, all time, called Signalis. Absolutely peak video game. It's a survival horror. It's got a very sad story about like memory and shit like that, you know. A lot of people call it like a lesbian game just because the main character is you play as Elster, and your whole thing is that like you're in love with another woman or whatever, Ariane. Peak game, honestly, peak video game. It is absolutely amazing. Story-wise, I love it. Gameplay-wise, it's fire. It's top games all time, in my opinion. Some might say that, but you know, some people might say that's blasphemy. Tony, you are blaspheming right now. Okay, I needed to do that. Sorry, my apologies. I needed to get in there, get that shit, get the fuck out. Ow. Dude, oh my fucking god, are you dumb? What the fuck just happened? Okay. The range up is very nice, however, I'm still like hating this shit. I would want more people to play a game like Signalis, you know? In my opinion. I would want more people to play a game like Signalis because one, very good game, and two, indie game. I want people to support it, you know? The act of people getting into a game, not bad by any sense of the word. However, there does reach a certain point, you know, where one person may or may not say or be like, hey, this is kind of bad or something like that, you know? It sucks to have certain people speak on games, or more like the way it usually goes is when you get a whole bunch of people on a game, you get a lot of people with either A, differing opinions, or B, you know, just don't agree with you, stuff like that, you know? And I had realized I had realized this because I saw a comment regarding this and it had the same opinion as me. But I remember being like, hey, people are saying Monster Hunter Wilds pacing is very bad. And in my mind, I'm thinking, honestly, compared to every other Monster Hunter game, I do not see how this pacing is bad. Like, you could say other Monster Hunter games have horrible pacing. And then it kind of like brings the argument of like, oh, Tony, just because other Monster Hunter games have bad pacing doesn't mean this one can be excused or whatever. And it's like, I guess you could say something like that, you know, just be told. I don't necessarily fucking agree. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Because if you're saying Monster Hunter has bad pacing, then like, you know, like how are we talking? What's the metric here? Bad pacing compared to what? To other Monster Hunter games? If that's the case, definitely the fuck not. Other Monster Hunter games have horrible pacing. You know, if you want me to be completely honest with you, you want me to keep it 100, keep it a stack, one might say. You want me to be honest, I think other Monster Hunter games have low-key some really bad pacing. I'm over here talking about like the first however long of the game is spent doing hunts that you don't give a fuck about. Because if honestly, if that is how people are raising the metric, then like, oh yeah, okay, I understand it. No, we can't do this room with the foot stomping us. We have to, there we go. We had to do that room self-coded, one might say. Ow, what the fuck? Okay, no wall masters, thank God. Mega Bean is awesome. This is not awesome. This is actually useless. But like, you know, just saying, so me as someone who has played quite a bit of Monster Hunter games, a whole bunch of different Monster Hunter games too, I don't think the pacing is necessarily bad in Wilds. I like, cause like in my mind, I'm just thinking, honestly, how could you even, I guess, kind of say that? People just don't like escort quests, escort missions. I understand, I get it. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, you don't like following this fucking, you know, you don't like having a mission where you follow a character for like fucking, I don't even know how long, like what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes of just solid following a character, and then, you know, shit starts to happen. I understand that. I honestly, I'd agree with you. I'm like, okay, yeah, this kind of escort quest style shit is kind of annoying, you know? I'm not a fan of this. I wish it wasn't in this Monster Hunter game. In which case, I'd agree with you, bro, you know? But if we're talking like once again, I said I agree with you, but then I'm like I said, you gotta be honest with me. You gotta let me breathe here. If we're comparing this to other Monster Hunter games by other game standards, it does good. You know, Monster Hunter World has like a 15-minute unskippable intro of just straight up like, okay, unskippable. It's like a, you know, 10-minute unskippable fucking cutscene into a 15-minute Zora Magdaros fucking fight, or like quote unquote fight of Zora Magdaros. You know, in my mind, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm just kind of like, this shit is not the move, my guy. This shit kind of sucks. I'm gonna be real with you. Personally, I hate replaying World because the pacing is just so fucking bad. You know, I hate having to do all the bullshit that stems from replaying the game again. Personally, you know, this is me personally, Tony personally. You guys can either agree, you guys can disagree. I'm not gonna say I'm more valid than you. Although I just gotta say, you just gotta look at the facts, bro. You know, you just gotta look at the facts. Look at how the shit goes. Oh, I see how they're doing it. Okay. I was gonna assume they were gonna count boss rush as one room. However, it looks like they're not counting boss rush as one room. They are instead making it so if I use the active item, I clear one wave. I get to clear one wave of the boss rush. Honestly, if I manage to get a trinket like what's the word I'm thinking of? What's the trinket I'm thinking of? Do you guys know? It's the one where you charge faster. AAA battery. AAA battery might go. If I manage to like maybe pull off like a AAA battery or some shit, and then into 9 volt, I think that is a recipe for we clear boss rush easy mode. You feel me? But with this shit is mad enough. But like, you know, once again, okay, honestly, with what I'm talking about, I kind of feel like a part of me is thinking to myself, you know, like, Tony, it sounds like you're just kind of being like a Capcom apologist or some shit like that, you feel me? Something like that. That's the thought process going on in my mind right now. It's like, Tony, you're really starting to sound like someone who's like, oh no, this game doesn't have bad pacing. It's just, you know, bro's coping, one might say. And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm self-aware that it might kind of seem like that. It might come off as that. I understand. However, I'm gonna have to politely decline. I'm gonna have to politely be like, nah, I think you're just trying to call me out on some BS here. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I have seen the bad pacing comment. It was all over the fucking Reddit the first day of launch, you know? All over r/Monster Hunter Wilds. It's kind of just like, how, bro? You know? How the fuck is the pacing bad or whatever? You feel me? Oh my goodness, this is a horrible wave. If I had known this wave was coming, I would have saved it, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Excuse my cursing. Excuse my language. But just like, that was a what the fuck moment, bro. If you know, you know. You saw it. You didn't even have to say. You don't have to say if you know, you know. You guys saw this shit happen. Yo. Can we be for real, please? My apologies. Okay, I had to lock in real quick. But yeah, look, I'm not trying to be over here like Capcom can do no wrong. You know, I'm very critical of Capcom. And one, their business practices, and two, a lot of their games, because I am a big fan of a lot of their games. And so, obviously, as someone who is a big fan, I'm like, here, honestly, here's the perfect way to describe it. If you're a fan of something, you like the content, you want to see it do good, that means you got to call it out when it's doing bad. You feel me? A glazer is like someone who What does this do? Spawns a trapdoor to the next floor. Spawns a crawl space if used on a decorative tile. You know, like, look, a glazer, someone who's like, oh, this company can do no wrong or whatever. You know, that's the kind of person that's like, let's see. Do I get stomped by mom's feet now still? I think I do if I'm correct. Just not entirely sure. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Here's what we do. It doesn't look like I'm being chased, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to use this on a decorative tile. Which I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know where one is. I feel really stupid right now. It I fucking suck. I suck. I did not want to use it there. My apologies. But look, I would just consider myself a fan. I'm a fan of Capcom's games. So I think the perfect way might be to describe it is a fan, someone who enjoys the games, enjoys whatever content or, you know, whatever is being made by said thing, but also is not against calling out bad business practices, one, or just bad decisions, or, you know, stuff like that too, you know? And I swear to you, I'm not just kind of classifying a fan as like, oh, Tony, these are things that you can literally just say about yourself. Like, you're just describing yourself, and it's like, you know, I understand. You know, maybe you guys can either agree, disagree with my take on the fan there, on the definition of a fan. Not to say some people are real fans, some people are fake fans, but you know, and I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that's the way it low-key kind of is, / like how it should be. Is I think a fan should not hesitate to call out something bad. If you truly enjoy something, you gotta be critical of it, one, in order to, like, you know, make it so you can make it see if it's like full potential. You feel me? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Now I will say, a lot of people kind of would maybe agree with the first bit of the word there, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of this thing. So instead of being like, oh, I'll praise it when it's good, hate on it when it's bad, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call myself a real fan and only hate on this ever, because it's not the way that I want it to be, you know? Yeah, I'm a real Monster Hunter fan. I fucking hate any game that isn't 4 Ultimate and above, you know? Or that isn't 4 Ultimate and below. I started playing the series in Frontier, you know? It's like shit like that. It's like, bro, you're just kind of being a dickhead. You feel me? This is a straw man. This is a straw man that does exist, you know? Like maybe not does exist, but you know, I'm straw manning in this scenario. I'm straw manning so you guys can understand what the fuck I'm talking about, you know? But that's the type of shit I'm talking about. It's like those people that like have my opinion that I made fake for the bit, but really have that opinion of like, you know, the game is washed. I'm gonna be real, out of all of these all kind of suck. Exterior with piercing beams of light, but it doesn't work. Small horseman. I'll get this for the free heart, like the free HP up, you feel me? Like, I was just kind of thinking, like, that's not really that good, you know? Like, I'm gonna be honest, it was a very good item room, or what's it called room, because there's a whole bunch of fucking, what's the word I'm thinking of? Whole bunch of items, that's sick. However, all the items just were kind of not, they weren't God's most useful items, I guess, you feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this definition that Tony has come up with to cope or whatever, that, in my opinion, I think that's how most people should kind of view the word fan / how a fan should IMO, you know, in my own opinion, be, is I consider myself a fan. I'm critical of the game in certain times. I praise it in other times. I'm critical of when it's bad or does something wrong, but I praise it when it's like, you guys have struck gold. You feel me? Now, that preamble aside, I think Wilds has low-key struck gold. You feel me? When a lot of games strike gold, it's a good thing. It gets people on the games. You feel me? Wilds, for one, you know, it's brought in a lot of new Monster Hunter fans, or maybe a lot of new Monster Hunter players. Happened for a lot of indie games, you know? One indie game just makes it real big, gets hugely popular because either A, some content creator covered it, or, you know, in general, it just got a lot of good press. Mouthwashing might be one. Ultra Kill is another. In case you guys don't know, I don't know if any specific large content creator has covered Ultra Kill, but you know, the audience has definitely grown since way back when I first initially played that shit, fucking like a few years back. You feel me? The audience has definitely grown, and that comes with it people. And I feel like you don't need me to fucking, you know, you don't need me to spell it out for you. But what I was talking about is you get a lot of people who you know, would either A, call themselves fans, or a lot of people that like to give opinions, you know, a lot of humans, just a lot of people in general, you know, just a lot of motherfuckers love to give opinions on something that they should have no. I'm just gonna fucking, I was trying to use the free bomb, but that shit was not working. It kept pushing away. A lot of people love to give their own opinions on something, you know? I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, you can't give your opinion on anything. Because, you know, the world lives on people talking about whatever it is they feel on certain things and stuff like that. The world revolves around, the world might even revolve around it, one might say. You feel me? But, I will say, you know, people love to give their own opinion. I'm no different. I'm not the kind of guy that's like, oh, I'm calling out people on things they like to do, yet I'm so superior because I abstain from doing this. That's not the fucking case. I love to give my own opinion on shit. You know, A, I like to hear myself talk or some bullshit like that. I don't know. You can fucking psychologically read me or whatever. I personally don't like to hear myself talk, but I like to have background noise 90% of the time, which is why I do it. Which is why I do this, even, one might say. But a lot of people like to give their own opinions, and especially if you're like a content creator in the modern age or something like that. You got a lot of influence. That's why a lot of people are called influencers, you know? And with a whole bunch of influence comes people spouting whatever it is you say. I'm gonna be real with you, you know? You might be thinking, Tony, what are you talking about? You know, you got any examples, or you're just gonna talk out your ass here? Hold on, I gotta lock in for this Monstro 2 fight. Bro's locking in on Monstro 2. He is a total Isaac Background. So, you don't need me to get like super vocal about certain individuals that I may necessarily agree or disagree with, you know, shit like that. But I will say, there are definitely some people out there, a la Asmon. You know, if you don't know who Asmongold is, don't worry. You don't need to know. Truth be told, the less you know about random motherfuckers on the internet, the better. I'm gonna be real with you. I wish I could know less about people on the internet. However, that's not the way life goes, because I decided to become terminally online for a point in time. You know, now I do shit, you know, I do shit with my life. So I'm definitely not as online as I used to be, but you know, stay in the know on certain things. But you know, if you wanted me to give you a literal like example, someone like Asmon. Oh, the Forgotten. I will say a lot of people don't agree with certain things he has to say, like certain opinions he has on certain subjects or whatnot, you know. A lot of people might not agree with it. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna say, I gotta be honest, I agree. I agree. There are definitely a whole bunch of people that I don't think should be making their opinions known. Just not to say, oh, Tony, everyone has an opinion, you know. Everyone has an opinion. It's their opinion, you know. You might say, Tony, it's their opinion. But like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I understand, you know. If we're truly living in the free speech or whatever bullshit of they can speak their own opinion, they can do whatnot, then I'm gonna be real with you. You gotta accept the fact that I can have an opinion on their fucking opinion, you know? You feel me? I can think about a certain way about people's opinion the way they can think a certain way about one of my opinions or some shit like that. It's the fucking marketplace of ideas or whatever the fuck NLP's talking about all the time. You feel me? Wow, out of all the items that I could have gotten in return for, these are like the two most useless. Who needs keys? We're on fucking chest. Or we're on negative, and who needs orphan socks? I fly. Whatever, regardless, you know, regardless. Tony, regardless. I can have certain opinion thing about people the way they can have certain opinions about me. It's only fair that it goes fucking both ways, you feel me? And I'm gonna be real with you. You got a certain opinion about me, I'm not necessarily gonna be fucking mad at it, you know? If someone calls me out for something like, oh, Tony is a bitch ass motherfucker, some bullshit like that, then I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna defend myself, I will speak on it. But at the end of the fucking day, it's their thoughts, bro. That's their thoughts. If it's what they truly think and there's nothing they can do to change that, then I'm not gonna be fucking upset or whatever, bro. You know, that's you. You got your own fucking brain, you know. You also gotta accept the fact that I think you a bitch, you know, shit like that. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. And so, in this, you know, scenario, in this example that I'm kind of speaking on here, one that came to mind literally almost instantly was recently, literally, I saw this tweet like earlier today. I saw a tweet about some guy called Grums. I don't know who the fuck Grums is. I don't know. I just know that a lot of people hate him because I think he's like, it's one of those like right-wing grifters trying to just get gamer TMs on into their circle or whatever. I'm not saying I necessarily understand or agree on any of this bullshit, but it's just, you know, that's what they do, you know. That's just what they do, from to my knowledge. Now this guy, I think, he was just used as an example. Bro just telefragged. I didn't even know the lamb could do that. He was used as an example. There was a tweet someone made, and they were saying, I like how people like, at Grums or whatever have been covering Monster Hunter Wilds because it features a non-binary voice actor as one of the main prominent characters. And I mean, it doesn't take you don't need me to explain this to you. A lot of right-wing people don't necessarily like the concept of, like, you know, fucking people of non-conforming gender, you know, gender norms, shit like that. It's really dumb and weird because, in my opinion, you know, what the fuck does it matter to you? But regardless, that was what I'm talking about, is you get people who have bad opinions, or, you know, just some bad individuals leaning towards your game. They get press coverage, they start speaking on your game, maybe on your favorite game, saying things you don't like, or just drawing a certain crowd of people you don't like. Then shit gets kind of bad for the community as a whole. I'll elaborate more on this further. I feel like this is definitely a deeper topic that needs to be explained in another video, not a fucking this Isaac run because it's done. Anyways, we got the Forgotten. I'll play him next. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.